bear down number here?
3.
Okay, do you feel like it's matching him?
No.
So do you feel like you need more? How much more do you need to match him better so you can sit there quieter? So what's your bear down number now?
About a 6.
Okay. Good, so you had to double it. You got yourself more firm on the saddle. Good. Feel both eyes equal here?
Almost.
Okay. Do you feel like it's easier to get the right thigh attached on this saddle versus the left? Okay. Good. Outside half halt for that turn. So as you turned right, you twisted a little right.
Okay.
Your left shoulder went forward, and you lost a little bit of your outside rein in your outside side. So as you make your turn left coming up somewhere, close the right side more, close the right thigh, put an outside half halt on, and keep your outside elbow more at your side so you don't twist yourself to the inside. Good job. If anything, I want you to twist a little outside for your transition.
Okay. Come on.
Or for your turn.
Good boy.
Outside half halt, more. Yeah, so you don't have to use bend for your turns. You can get them a little better from the outside rein to make that turn. Then if you're going to turn right now, left half halt, left thigh, a little bit of inside lower leg, but outside half halt. Outside half halt more. Bring your outside shoulder down and back. There. Now you can supple him right with your inside hand, but you keep him fairly straight through your body and straight against both reins, and then you can add suppleness and bend a little bit after he's straight.
Okay.
Good. Good job. Drop your knees and drop your heels down. Good. Toes lift. Supple him a wee bit right as we go for power and up and over rise. Okay. Don't be afraid to tap him. You know, and tap him softly once or twice and then see what that does. Yeah, you got a little bit more pep in a step here. So I want you to be thinking about rising up and over though. He's less bounce in the trot, so you have to still keep working at the rise. The windshield wiper, power rise, big thrust. Keep the iron bars between those knees. Bend them a little inside with an outside half halt there to help through the turn. You need a more inside lower leg to help him almost leg yield out on the turns. Good job. Your bear down number here?
6.
Okay, use an outside half halt. Yeah, and we'll balance him a little bit more with that outside half halt. Inside leg more, squeeze him out. You're wanting to soften the rib cage on the right side and soften his right side of the neck by bending with the inside leg. Yep. And your hands probably need to shorten your reins a little bit. And you go for your supple right with your inside leg and shift your weight a tiny bit left for the turn. Yeah. Good job. Drop your knees down, lift your toes up, and let's get a little more energy in the trot. If he gets up and high, just supple him inside with a outside half halt. Good job. Love the little serpentine loop. Do you feel like you're in control of this power?
Yes.
Okay. Looks a little bit like you have to keep catching up. So I want you to be thrusting up and over a little bit more with your rise. That's it. That's better. What's the weight in your thighs versus your stirrups? Oh, that's okay. You firmed yourself up and he slowed down. Yep. So when you firmed up, you slowed your rising. You need to firm up and thrust more. Yeah. Bend a little inside. He's almost too much outside. Good. When you firmed yourself up and kept the rise, he got rounded there for a moment. It's okay. Just supple him a little inside. Do an outside half halt and change directions. Left back rebar. Oh, I didn't say that to you yet. Yeah, so.
That was me.
That's okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So you know what rebars are? You can come in the middle and stand for a second. You know what a steel rebar is? Imagine, yes or no?
No.
So steel rebar is like what they put in a foundation before they pour the concrete around it.
Oh yeah, for framing.
Yep.
Okay.
So like it's the base of the house.
Yeah.
Think about that you have a steel rebar in your body. You have one on each of your corners, and I want you to think about you have a back corners. You have 2 back corners and 2 front corners. If you're a box, right? Your front wall, sides, and back. So your left back rebar has one running down your left shoulder down towards your left sit bone, right on the outside, and the right side right back.
Okay.
So there, what happened is you twisted right, and you lost the strength in your left back rebar.
Yeah.
So you needed to go left back rebar more firm, and hold it there, keep your outside rein, and then you make your turn. With an outside
okay.
half halt, outside half halt. And then when he drifted through it, so
Yes.
you didn't have an outside half halt there
No.
and an outside rein or an outside rebar to stop him.
Right.
So you need to go and firm that up and then bump him from the outside and send him forward again.
Okay.
So it means you're gonna have to almost twist yourself left.
Come on, come on.
Twist left, firm the left there, left half halt, left half halt, left half halt, posting diagonal. Good. Left half halts the whole time, your left back rebar, and don't let him overlook right.
Okay.
You gotta have a little supple right, but if he overlooks to the right, he's gonna fall out his left shoulder and he's gonna fall through your left back rebar.
Yes.
Prepare your turn up here. Already be thinking left back rebar firm, left half halt, and you turn. Outside half halt, outside half halt. Well done, so much better, much more in control. Steady feet, foot light, strong thigh, and outside back rebar. Losing it a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Now we can do your, somewhere I want you to do a change of directions after this. You can get through that next turn. Outside half halt, outside back rebar. Firm it up, bring the left shoulder down, left shoulder down, left shoulder down, left half halt. More. Yeah, so that you kind of lost it in the twist started happening as he started to go. You got a little bit to the pole on the inside on accident when you needed to almost counterflex him. Make him look left, exactly. And kick with the left leg once, even though you have to look him left. And you twist left. And I want you thinking, don't go deep into your corners this way.
Okay.
Posting diagonal. Yep, and I want you to prepare your turn and turn before the corner with firm outside. There you go, firm outside rebar, firm outside half halt, gently tug the inside rein, but don't let the left go. You go signal with a little turn with the left half halt. Signal with a little turn with the inside rein and your left half halt. Yeah. So you're gonna prepare that turn up here. It's getting a little bit medium trot feeling, so ride a half halt, slow down, bungee cord, strong rise, and turn now. Scrunch your left side. There, there, there. Feel the difference?
Yes.
Good. You can go into the corners when you have him not falling out the outside.
Okay.
Good. And your change of direction. And now your new outside back rebar, so your right side, firm, right shoulder down, right heavy elbow, and don't get in the corner too deep. Yeah, just so you don't fall through, and let the rail help you turn. I want you to turn before the rails. Outside half halt, almost counterflex him a little bit. Strong rise, bear down, up and over on the rise. Good job, good job. Tuck your seat bones under a little bit, sternum down. And now prepare your turn. Outside half halt, outside back rebar, outside thigh. Yeah, outside half halt, outside back rebar, twist yourself right. Point your sternum at his outside ear. There, just a little bit like that. And be thinking about the rising, matching the trot with bear down going along with that trot. Good job. And your bear down number here?
About a 5.
Okay. Now outside half halt again, outside back rebar. Prepare your turns with the outside, your outside side. More firm on your outside half halt here. Take your outside hand and it'll be a little more firm about the elbow. Good. And then up at C, go ahead, transition to the walk. Bear down, close your thigh, and tuck under. Bend your knees, bear down more. Okay, you caught yourself there. So
Yeah.
tell me what kind of started to happen.
I did a couple of half halts and just stiffened my body
Yep.
going down.
Yep. And then you were able to get yourself to firm yourself up and not
Yeah.
pull. You know, you
I
were able to
didn't-
fix it.
I didn't round as much coming down, so it was more like a tuck down.
Yes. We're gonna go some sitting trot.
Okay.
How does this feel?
It was okay.
Okay, number from 1 to 10. 10 is really hard, 1 is easy for how this trot is to sit.
4,
Okay. What's your bear down number?
5.
Okay, maybe go 6. And the firmness of your core. Drop your heels down. And we're gonna have to do your outside back rebar a little bit more so he doesn't drift out too much. Now what's the hardest part here?
Keeping my outside rein.
Okay. Where's the balance shifting in your body?
It's shifting to the left.
Can you shift it a little to the outside? Like which seat bone's heavier here?
My left. Well, actually right now.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
I'm more centered.
Yeah,
now.
getting them back to the middle. So
Yeah.
we're trying to work on both of them equal. Drop your heels down and sit back just a little bit. Tuck your pelvis under. Yeah, outside half halt, outside half halt, outside half halt, outside half halt. Now your left shoulder down a little bit, left elbow heavy, as if you're carrying a heavy purse on each elbow. Yeah, how's your breathing here?
Good.
Okay. Wanting to lift your toes up a little bit more. Think about your outside side again. Sternum pointed to his outside ear to keep you from twisting inside. Good, good. What muscles are working the hardest here?
My hip flexors.
Okay. What about your bear down? Is that
Bear down too, yeah.
okay? Working hard. Bear down, and I want you thinking about. So go ahead and walk for a little bit. I want you thinking about sitting on a yoga ball. So
Okay.
if you're trying to match the energy of this ball, if you lean forward or backwards, you fall off. If you lean
Yeah.
side to side, you fall off.
Okay.
But you're taking the ball and you're sitting on the ball and you're bouncing, bouncing, bouncing along on the ball.
Okay.
And you want to create how much bounce you want. Now, that doesn't mean that you actually bounce on your horse's back, but it's like you're sitting with the ball, you're attached to the ball, and you take the ball in a bounce, and you take the ball in another bounce, and you take the ball in another bounce. So then you get more air time. You could slow the bounce down and get kind of a quick bounce, or a slower, bigger bounce. And it was a little bit like we talked about tossing the sandbag, tossing the bouncy ball, tossing the kickball, right?
Okay.
Back and forth. So I want you thinking about as you bounce, 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 that you're creating and you're catching the bounce he's throwing at you and you're catching it and tossing it back, a nice, soft, firm bounce. And then you can get a loftier trot or a quicker trot. Think about you bouncing a little slower, quicker right now. So think slow, quick, 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 quick. Quick, 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 quick. Outside half halt, quick. And now go a little slower, bigger, slower, bigger, slower, bigger. Do you feel like you can affect the trot?
Yes.
Good, now add a little more power into the trot. Outside half halt, a little bit more bump, 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 bump. Give them a little touch of the whip, bump, bump. There, now you get a little bigger step in the trot, and you go take that bounce, bounce, bounce. You gotta bear down more for that bigger trot though. Outside half halt, sternum to the outside ear. Good job, soften your inside hand. Drop your heel down. And he's a little still flexed left, and I almost want him counterflexed a little bit. Just to be, there we go, just to straighten him up. Good, good, good. Bear down number here.
6.
Okay,
7.
good, good. Left shoulder down. Give your inside hand again. Check your rein lengths, make sure they're equal. It almost looks like the left is shorter than the right, but it might be how you're holding them.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure they're equal, and then your hands are equal, and then keep him straighter. Don't let him bend left. Does not need bend for a turn. Straighter, more outside flexion. There, there, that's straighter. That's okay, keep the straightness on the outside rein. Good, good, that's better. Heel down,
Yeah.
bear down. Straightness on the outside rein, don't pull on the inside to turn. Yeah, yeah, good job. And it's closing the outside thigh a little
Yeah.
bit more to help you make that turn.
And he's suppling into it.
Exactly. Then you get a softer, rounder horse and everything because you got straighter on the outside rein. Good. You got to bear down a little, match that bounce, bounce, bounce. You're getting a little, like if you were on the ball, you would have kind of pinged off the ball a little bit. So you're trying to wrap around the ball, hold on gently to the ball, and go bounce, bounce, bounce on the ball. Bounce, bounce, bounce on the ball. Good. Now I want you to bounce that ball to a walk transition. Shoulders down, heavy elbows. And bounce. Ah, so that was so much better than the last one you did. And even on eBay, like you were able to take the ball, take it, and walk. He's like, go! With the whip in the air, he's like, off to the races.
No, no, no. Come on.
Yeah. Very good though. Very, very
Thank you.
good. What, how do you feel?
I feel awesome.
Great. Okay, so we're gonna go sitting trot this way.
Okay.
And see if you can maintain the same firmness on the outside.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Drop the heel down, bump and release. Yeah, good. Okay. Super. So do you feel like you're matching the bounce of the ball?
No.
Okay, what's happening? Are you getting left behind?
Yes.
Okay, so you got to catch up to it and bounce, bounce, bounce. Take the bounce and own the bounce. So you got to bear down more and think, this is my trot. This is, don't bounce, don't tap him with the whip, but this is my trot. This is my trot. Bear down, bounce, bear down, take the trot. This is a little bit better. You still got to tuck under a little bit more and be thinking, can you slow the trot down by bouncing a little more front? Ah, that was different. There you go. And then you take the trot, now that you're with him more, can you take the trot up a little bit more and just feel like you're taking it to where you want it. And it's tricky because you'll catch the ball sometimes, and then sometimes you'll be a little bit like not quite on the bounce with the ball. So it's tucking under, but advance your collarbone a little bit. So where I pushed on your collarbone that first day, and go, like, don't let me push you back. Don't let me push you back. Imagine you're going through a wall of water, and the water is strong, and it's trying to push you backwards the whole time. And you got to go firm front wall, firm front wall, firm front wall. Bear down, tuck under with your pelvis, but firm front wall. You gotta be thinking, this is my bounce, this is my bounce, this is my trot, this is my trot. Tuck under.
This is my trot.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Tick, 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 like a metronome. Tick, 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 on the ball, tick, 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 on the ball. Bear down, advance your collarbone, low back. Yep, yep, yep. Good job, good job. Now, slow the ball down to a walk. Do it a little bit more promptly if you can. Not like abrupt, but prompt. And bear down, half halt, close your thigh, walk. Half halt once. So he's almost coming into it a little bit too jiggy, right?
Yeah.
Instead of going trot, 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 walk. He's going trot, 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 trot. So you're going to have to bear down and breathe out for the downward transition. I want you to think for your downward. And think half halt, outside rein, and left half halt, left half halt, left half halt. And you might have to do that was a little bit more, that was a little more prompt than the last one, but you still had to bear down a little bit more into that and be a little bit more like, and walk. Think there's a wall in front of you, and he might try to blow through you just a little bit. Left sit bone, left half halt, and walk. Ah, that was better. So what happened in the last ones, I think you got a little bit leaning inside, you got heavier in your inside sit bone, and weren't plugging in on the outside sit bone.
Yes.
And so then there wasn't quite a and walk transition.
And the outside aid wasn't as, it wasn't as pronounced as
your rein
was
aid.
before.
Yeah. And our goal is to not have to pull very much, but you still need to ride the half halt very clear.
Right, because he wanted to blow through it, so I had to like.
Yep. And when he's blowing through it, because you're sitting a little bit right, you're also actually almost pushing him out there.
Yes.
You're making him blow through it a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like you sit down on the left, then close the left thigh, then you can ride your left half halt because you have your left back rebar better. Just go, let's go a little sitting trot again.
Okay.
And just work on that until you feel like you have him with you, right? And if you feel like you're having to hold him back the whole time, we're not going to canter. We're just going to wait until you feel like he's with you. But you sit on that ball and you own it. Like tuck under, feel like this is my bounce. I have the ball. I own the ball. This is my ball.
This is my ball.
That's right. Now you ride a little outside half halt, and you bear down a little bit more, and you go, I'm with you. Now what happens when a horse gets a little bit more forward and you get worried and you tense up and hold, then they end up going more forward usually. So I want you to think when they want to go more forward, you have to stay with them.
Yeah. You
bear down more, but you go with them, and then you ride your half halts and you bring them back. If you just immediately clamp on and hold, they're like, oh no, you know, the tiger grabbed me and I should probably run faster. Good. Good job. Now a walk transition. Half halt. Ah, so that was much more prompt than the last one. You got through to him on that one fairly well. It's okay. Do your outside half halt again. You supple him. You wiggle your inside finger, but you do your outside half halt, and your lower leg is quiet, and your thighs are fairly firm, and you have bear down.
Good boy.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Well done. Do another sitting trot transition. Good. And you go with him. You bear down. You tuck under a little bit with your sit bones. And you match the trot. Like if he goes a little faster, you have to surge with him. You got to keep your outside rein. Outside back rebar, twist it outside a little bit. You bear down and you close your thighs. Yeah, and a walk transition again. Give your inside hand a little bit. Bear down. Good job. Okay. Very good.